Hello everyone, I want again to welcome you back to this lesson. Remember, this is a lesson about the code of ethics and conduct among the interpreters. So it's a continuation from the previous lesson. So I also want to bring to your attention that as an interpreter, we are not allowed to become counselors or personal representatives. We are not supposed to be counselors. We are not supposed to. When you are called to interpret during counseling and guidance, don't behave as if you are a counselor. That's not your responsibility. You are called only to come and interpret. So interpret what the counselor is talking about. Just deliver that message to the deaf. Don't speak on behalf of the counselor. You are not counselors. You are not a counselor, neither a personal representative. So don't talk on behalf of a counselor. That's not your responsibility. If you are called to the hospital to interpret to a sick person, don't become a doctor. A doctor for what? Don't. Because if you do that as an interpreter, you will cause more trouble and problems. So only interpret or give information the way it's coming from the speaker. So we are not allowed to be counselors or doctors or representatives and what have you. So perform your duty as an interpreter. The next thing is about interpreters should only facilitate communication. Your work, as I've said, is only to facilitate communication, to link the deaf community and the hearing community. That's your core responsibility. Don't go there and become an advisor, a counselor, an interpreter, a teacher, a preacher, a mother, a father, so many things. Don't. Go to an event and focus on interpretation. Only facilitate communication. Let these two groups understand each other, but not to do anything beyond that. As also a sign language interpreter, we are only in a situation because of communication needs and requirements. We are interpreters because there is a need to interpret. So there's no any other function you will serve apart from interpretation. So you are there because there's a need in terms of interpretation. So you go there as an interpreter to give interpretation, to facilitate communication. So we are in this situation of interpretation because there is a need to attend to in terms of course, interpretation. So remember, if an interpreter, you as an interpreter, does not agree with the teacher, you don't agree with someone speaking, don't bring your own consent. For example, someone is speaking, maybe you are interpreting during a political rally, and one of the politician addressing the congregation says, during the time when Kenya attained independence, that was 2002, people were united. Don't, because you know history, don't say, oh, this guy doesn't know about when Kenya got independence. Instead of saying 12th December 1963, he's talking about 2002. So you say, you tell the deaf person, this one is wrong. He doesn't know. So the correct year is 1963. Don't give your own consent. From where? Interpret, whether it's wrong or false. Interpret. Let them get the information the way it's coming from the speaker. Just the same way when a speaker cheats the hearing community in spoken way. Someone will not raise up the hand and do the communication and what have you. They'll just listen and get information. That's all. So give the information to the deaf people the way it's coming from the speaker. So don't correct the speaker. Don't become a teacher when you are interpreting. Perform your duty as an interpreter. See you in the next lesson.